Hot Springs Village Inside Out is a closer look at the largest gated community in North America, spanning 26,000 acres in the Ouachita Mountains in south central Arkansas. Join me, Randy Cantrell, and some occasional guests as we explore Hot Springs Village Inside Out. HSV Inside Out is sponsored by Ike Eisenhower State Farm. Ike and his award-winning team have been serving the insurance needs of folks all around Hot Springs Village since 1998. Call Ike Eisenhower State Farm today at 501-984-4100. That's 501-984-4100. Find them online at ikeeisenhower.net. Call them today for all your insurance needs because, like a good neighbor, Ike Eisenhower State Farm is there. Also sponsored by McGraw Realtors, located in the heart of Hot Springs Village, the fastest growing real estate office with over 30 agents and staff. Executive brokers Lori and Ken Henderson, along with realtor and waterfront specialist Rick Marshall, they're eager to share the special features of Hot Springs Village with you. For a complimentary relocation packet, call Ken and Lori at 501-276-3018 or Rick Marshall at 501-601-RICK. They are McGraw Realtors of Hot Springs Village. We're with Chief Kristi Bennett. And Kristi, we're coming up on summer, and I know the population around here is going to swell. Last year, and we live over in the Lake Coronado area, and last summer there were two teenagers that came to visit, and they had these motorized skateboards, and they would just haul. I'm not trying to rat them out because it was entertaining to watch because I'm sitting here thinking as an old man I would absolutely kill myself. Right. So we're hoping that those kids come back this summer, and I'm sure they will. But the population will swell. I'm sure that presents some problems to your staff. But I want to preface it by having you tell us a little bit about your force and the Absolutely. Composite of the Hot Springs Village Police Department.
Yes, so the Hot Springs Village Police Department, we have 22 certified officers here at the Hot Springs Village Police Department. We have an additional canine officer. Her name is Nala, and she is a drug detection, narcotics detection, and article and tracking dog. She does an excellent job. Our other two detectives that we have here are Tom Maxwell and Mike Clearer. They are our detectives. We have an auxiliary detective, Tony Green. He's our sex offender detective. So here with the police department, we're 24/7, 7 days a week. We encompass over 503 miles of roadway. That's a lot of miles of roadway. And as we are moving into the summertime, we know that our population swells enormously. That being said, we are so glad to see that happen. We're so glad to see more kids on the beaches and more kids in the lakes and more people bringing their families for reunions. It's really great to meet those people too because they're from all over the world, essentially. And that is just something that we really love to see. But we do want to encourage people that do want to travel here to be very aware of our rules and our regulations, especially when it comes to fires, fire pits. You can't have gunshots. We can't have, there's no guns here. Even though we're rural, most people think, well, you can have guns in the county and shoot them off. No, not here. No fireworks. We have those kind of things here. But whenever you're getting ready to travel, ask your realtor or whoever you're renting your Airbnb with to give you copies of the rules. If they haven't been able to provide that to you, we can do that for you. Not only do I encompass the police department, but I also have community support. And our community support, they're the policies and procedure people. They deal with all of that on a daily basis. They ensure the integrity is kept with our properties, but also our amenities. So they're over beach patrol and animal control and those kind of things. So we have a tremendous amount of resources here to help us with the upcoming summer months. But we just really want to remind our people traveling in that there are a lot of different rules and regulations. And if you don't know, ask. You can always call our non-emergency number. You can call somebody over in community support, and they'll be more than happy to walk you through that absolutely before. Number one, because you don't want to get a ticket. We don't want to fine anybody. We don't want anybody to come here and their party to be dampened because they weren't prepared. We want to do everything we can, and just a simple phone call can help alleviate some of those things that they might encounter or things like that. But traditionally, when we have those big holiday weekends, we do up our staff some. We do have double staff so we can take care of the call volume. And we typically don't see a whole lot, especially from our visitors and things. You might have somebody that doesn't realize our noise ordinance. We follow the Garland and Saline County noise ordinance. So after 10 p.m., you got to shut your parties down and be quiet and neighborly. So if you see us, we'll usually give you a warning the first time, and that usually suffices. But we don't want to have to ticket or cite somebody. That's not what we want here. We enjoy this place very much and we love it. It's beautiful. I don't know if you could see my view out there. I get a view of the lake every day, and we want everybody to be able to enjoy the same thing that we do. Yeah, go over there and see
This
it.
is what Kristi gets to
Every day.
look out at.
Isn't it beautiful? It's wonderful here.
And speaking of lakes, it's one of the questions that we get because, again, unless you've been here, you just don't have any you don't have any frame of reference. Your frame of reference is probably, coming from Dallas-Fort Worth, just this past weekend was Memorial Day weekend, and a kayaker was hit and run by a jet ski and killed, and now the Grapevine Police Department is in search of this woman who was identified in a picture at least, and they're trying to find her. That kind of activity, well, not only are jet skis not allowed on the lakes here, but a crowded lake, even in the summer, help people kind of understand what this would look like compared to these lakes that are in Metro, or even Lake Hamilton, where people descend like ants.
This is not Sam Hubbard, and nor do we want to be. We do have a lot of lake traffic, though, and it's where we have to be concerned for people's safety. Water safety is very important, and we want to make sure that everybody gets to go home safely and understand that there are rules and regulations on our lakes, but this is not the lake you take your big boat with the big bass on it. It's not going to work. We're smaller. People who are used to like Ray Hubbard and Lake Ouachita, they would probably call these ponds because they're so much smaller. But they still have a tremendous amount of fish. We have beautiful beaches, just beautiful opportunity, mountains, scenic, things like that for you and your family to enjoy. We just want you to do it safely. And again, because of that, we do have a lot of rules on, again, you can't have jet skis. There's boats that you can't have in here. Last summer, there was a guy on Lake DeSoto. Him and his family came in from Oklahoma, and there's a very big lake on Oklahoma that they take their boat on every weekend, and they brought that boat here, and that boat was huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
One of those cigar boats.
Huge.
Yeah.
And bless their heart, they were so disappointed because, they get this Airbnb and it says it's on lakefront and there's a boat ramp, and they think, oh, this is going to be great. There's no place to even turn that big old boat around on Lake DeSoto. But, we told them, you said, hey, Lake Ouachita's right out the gate. You can get there in about 15 minutes, and here's the ramps. And they were very understanding. But it was a little disappointing. I would be disappointed if I didn't get to have my boat, right there on the house that I rented. So, and our realtors that we have locally, they do a great job of trying to ensure their visitors, the rules, the regulations, what you can have, what you can't have. So that's why it makes it best for them. But a lot of people do private Airbnbs, and I think that they just, as homeowners, because they're not here, they don't realize what, when they have their guests coming in, that they might have guests from Oklahoma that's used to the really big lakes, and that's what they're expecting when they get here. Yeah. So that's what's so great about your show, Randy, is you like to highlight what we have here and all the so that's why people can get an actual visual instead of seeing it on paper.
I don't know that many of our, I don't know, there may be some people, I had friends that would do the poker runs and stuff on Lake Texoma in those huge, massive horsepower kind of boats. I would think our crowd is a little more laid back.
A little bit.
Rick Marshall and I did a tour of Lake DeSoto. You should go back and check that show out. And I'm going to be doing more lake tours because the audience really is interested. But mostly what you'll find here are party barge just kind of out cruising.
Slow rolling. Slow rolling.
Yeah, it's very chill, zen kind of a lakefront.
It is.
Hey,
nice.
as we come up on your 3rd anniversary, we got to talk about that elephant in the room. And so the 3 years described. So previously, Kristi came from Texarkana, but she's a local girl. So for her, it was kind of coming back home. So Tell us how the last 3 years
Oh,
have been.
it's been incredible. It's been incredible. We have rebuilt this entire police department, rebuilt our community support. Tom Benfield's over that. And I mean, we have just, this place looks so much different than when it did when I walked in the door. We have 22 of the most highly professional, just extremely high standard police officers that are well trained and, you know, to see.
And a great second career for a number of them that have
Yes.
big time experience.
We've had, I think, 6 officers come to us. 3 actually came from the Fort Worth area, and they were in different areas. One was a Tarrant County deputy, 2 was Fort Worth officers, but that Fort Worth department is so big, they really didn't even know each other that much, so it was just coincidence.
That's awesome.
Yes, and one of our detectives, he was the chief in Kansas. You know, so we have an officer from Las Vegas. So, you know, they came here because they wanted to bring their family to a safe place that is just absolutely gorgeous, and then they get to work too. So it's been a really neat ride. We have redone our technology here. We've provided officers with mobile data terminals in their vehicles and eCrash and eSight. We've gotten our own ORI number through the FBI. So now we'll actually have crime statistics. Instead of just me telling you they're the lowest in the country, we'll be able to back it up. So with the FBI, we are already in full year of reporting with the FBI. And of course, as you know, UCR takes a few years to build up so you can get an actual crime rate. Our administrative commander, Shawnee Yance, she's working on our ALEAP certification, which means that we're working to be an accredited agency through the state of Arkansas. So we have come leaps and bounds in the last 3 years, and I've had an incredible team that has helped and just jumped in there and made it happen. I have about 6 that are here remaining with me from my start. So they have been really the driving force to make these changes happen and assist with this progression. And then the rest are that have come in, like you said, you know, that saw a place on the map, whether it was a lifelong dream or just somewhere to retire and then been able to come in. And it's different. When I say retirement age for police officers, you and I both know how that goes.
Yep.
And 20 years is a basic retirement for police officers. So if you
It's a great next chapter though, isn't it?
Yeah, you start when you're 21 like I did. And you're ready to retire from that job. Like the Texas guys, they were ready to retire. So they're in their late 40s. And they've got a whole lot to give, and they're doing an incredible job here with it's just so neat to see so much experience and training coming in with these officers that we've got. And we have not had a position open since last year, which says a lot for agencies all across the state, because you know we have a national police shortage.
Everybody's looking.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
So we have not had a position open. That being said, we do have an officer who will be leaving us in the next 2 months because he has 4 children in the Fountain Lake School District, and we're really proud to see him go be the SRO there. That's something that he wants to do, to be with his children more, and we are absolutely incredibly proud of him.
That's awesome.
So I will have a position open. So if anybody's looking, or if they're wanting to do a change of scenery in law enforcement, I can tell you this is a great place to work for sure.
Yeah. Well, happy anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anything else that you want to share as we enter the summer months?
You know, remember that our roads, the speed limits are there for a reason. They're very treacherous if you go over the speed limit. We're seeing an increase of accidents, and I think some of it's got to do with the weather, and some of it has to do with speed. So we want to remind everybody to slow down. We're trying our very best to be seen and be proactive. Like I said, we don't want to write you a ticket, but we're going to do what we can to keep our streets safe and keep our people where they need to be. And as speed is going to be something that we're going to be really paying attention to in the upcoming weeks, because we don't want our accident rate to continue.
Yeah, we keep reminding the audience, when you come and you visit, something may be 6 miles away, but you better build in about 15 minutes.
15 minutes. It is 15 minutes to get anywhere, and it's okay because it's a beautiful drive. It's a beautiful drive, and you just can't be in a hurry.
Yeah.
So, you know, and for me, I live on Lake Coronado too, so it's 30 minutes. 30 minutes to do anything.
Yeah.
30 minutes to go anywhere. Even the new Dollar General store, which I love. I think it's fantastic. It's beautiful. The employees there are incredible. They're doing a great job there. That's still a 15-minute drive, and it's only like 4 miles.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, nothing is as the crow flies
No.
here, that's for sure.
No.
Well, it's been great.
Thank
and
you.
And happy anniversary, and I look forward to, well, I don't know, the next 3,
Sure.
the next 13, the next 20, who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching Hot Springs Village Inside Out. You'll find all our episodes at hotspringsvillageinsideout.com or on YouTube.